Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
This is the closing bell on the Stock Movers Report. The companies making moves at the close of U.S. trading with Carol Massar, Tim Stenovec, Romaine Bostick, and Scarlett Fu.
A pretty broad-based move when it comes to stocks within the S&P 500. 343 stocks gained. They were to the upside today in the S&P, 158 stocks lower.
All right, let's take a look at the IMAP, the 11 sectors in the S&P 500. A lot of green there, led by energy, which is up by more than 1%. Tech was the second best performer, gaining 0.5%, followed by REITs and consumer staples. The sectors that finish in the red, they're finished pretty much little change. Industrials, healthcare, and communication services. All
right, well, let's go to some of the stocks that were in the green today. Caroline mentioned MongoDB. Shares just soaring today. Actually, the most ever going back to its IPO in 2017. The company did report second quarter results that came in much stronger than expected. To the upside, Romaine, of 38%. I think we got some earnings coming through.
Yeah, let's just walk through these really quickly here. Five Below, the retailer out with earnings. It beat on the bottom line. EPS in the quarter, 77 cents. The street was looking for 55. Comp sales up 12.4%. The street was looking for 9.1%. In your guidance here for the full year, the company says that it sees net income in a range of 253 to 275. And on the sales basis, it's looking at net sales of 4.44 billion to 4.52. The numbers don't matter here. Basically, a beat and a raise for Five Below.
All right, let's take a look at NetApp, one of the other highly anticipated tech companies, hardware companies in this case, and its results. First quarter net revenue meeting estimates of $1.56 billion, and it still sees full year net revenue at $6.63 billion to $6.88 billion. So it sounds like it is holding, it's maintaining its full year forecast here. The stock, at least in the initial reaction, is down about 4.5% in after hours trading. And Caroline, I'm not sure that this is a company that gives us much of a read into some of the bigger, trendier parts of the tech ecosystem. Where
it certainly hasn't caught a bid over the course of the year. We're down about 3% so far year to date when you think about comparing it to the 35% that NVIDIA has climbed. But look, this is still about database. This is still about managing your data, and it's one to watch.
The company's CEO, George Kurian, saying in a statement that by helping customers modernize with cutting-edge and cyber-resilient storage solutions, they've taken the lead position in the all-flash market. He says he's confident in the company's ability to capitalize on this momentum and deliver sustainable long-term growth. Shares in the after hours down by about 6%. All right, well, let's take a look at some of the other gainers on the radar as we do expect other companies to report earnings in just a few minutes. A reminder to everybody, we're expecting CrowdStrike, Snowflake, Urban Outfitters, HP Inc., and then, of course, the big one, NVIDIA. Another gainer higher today, Kohl's. Shares just surging after the company offered a more optimistic full-year sales outlook. It expects comp sales to fall no more than 5% this year. Shares to the upside today of 24%. The company did see strong performance from back-to-school categories. Its latest results suggest that recent moves, for example, focusing on fine jewelry, improving women's wear, are helping win back consumers. And finally, here's a statement from the company. We thank our guests for sharing your voices and love for Cracker Barrel. And we said we would listen, and we have. Our new logo is going away. And our old timer will remain.
The guy leaning on the barrel, right?
I guess he has a name. I didn't know this.
What was his name?
Old Timer.
Oh, okay. That seems kind of on the.
It's a little rude, right?
Yeah. Okay. So.
Well, investors cheering this. It's up 8% today. What else is there to say?
Our great national nightmare is over.
yeah. Just until the next one starts, Romaine. Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
What do you got, Isabelle?
Slim pickings for me with stocks in the red. But let's start with JM Smucker. Shares are down by 4.5%. This comes after the company's first quarter adjusted EPS and volume declined more than expected. Net sales also underwhelmed. Up next is Abercrombie & Fitch. Shares are down by just 0.5%. The company boosted their annual guidance, but the midpoint of their EPS and net sales range slightly trailed estimates. So its namesake Abercrombie banner missed on sales, but Hollister beat. I must say that Abercrombie has really gotten great. My friends and I now shop there. Lastly is Fortune Brands. FBIN is the ticker. Shares are down after Truist Securities downgraded the stock to hold. So Fortune Brands is a home and security products company. Truist said that fundamentals have seen more pressure than we expected, partially due to dramatic declines.
All right, and we keep an eye on yields here. The yield curve continues its steepening, though we did see yields drop across the curve, mostly on the low end, down 6 basis points for your 2-year yield, and on your 30-year yield, only down about 1 basis point. Scar.
Okay, we have earnings out from HP Inc., the ticker HPQ, and we can tell you for third quarter adjusted EPS 75 cents, beating the consensus estimate by 1 penny. Adjusted operating margin 7.1%, slightly below what analysts were looking for. In terms of the forecast, the company sees fourth quarter adjusted EPS of 87 cents to 97 cents. Analysts were looking for, on average, 91 cents. So the higher end of that range, certainly above the consensus estimate. And that is perhaps what investors are reacting to there, with the stock up about 6.4% after hours trading.
Another stock up in the after hours is Snowflake, shares surging by about 8% as we speak right now. The company out with results saying that second quarter adjusted diluted EPS coming above estimates at 35 cents. Second quarter revenue at $1.14 billion. That beat estimates of $1.09 billion. As far as that outlook goes, the company sees fiscal year adjusted operating margin at 9%. They saw 8% third quarter product revenue at $1.13 billion. The estimate was for $1.12 billion. Snowflake sees fiscal year product revenue at $4.4 billion, saw $4.33 billion. The estimate was for $4.34 billion. Once again, shares in the after hours higher right now by just about 10%.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.